Due to the nature of this comic, please use caution when watching this video. This is one of the most horrific, vile things the Joker has ever done. There is horrific violence and very brief comic book nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. On today's episode, I am going to be doing one of the most memorable comic books of all time, Batman the Killing Joke. All of the pictures, images, and text are owned by DC Comics. I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoy making it. Batman arrives at Arkham Asylum. He walks through the front gate, past Commissioner Gordon, through the front door, down the hall, and straight to cell number 0801. As he walks inside, the Joker is seated at a table playing cards. Batman takes a seat. He wants to talk. He understands that one day either the Joker will kill him or he will kill the Joker. He wants to make a genuine effort to avoid that outcome. He doesn't want the Joker's murder on his hands. Now knowing this is not the Joker, he grabs him and demands to know where the Joker is. A guard and Commissioner Gordon rush inside to stop Batman as he hands them a wig and demands again, where is he? The Joker is meeting a man about an old rundown amusement park. The man is concerned the Joker doesn't like it, but the fact is, he's crazy for it, and the price is no problem. Not these days. The Joker has a flashback of the time when he had just came home from an audition where he had messed up the punchlines. He feels bad because his wife is pregnant, he has no job, and he is just bombed again. He can tell the old woman who owns the place only lets them stay out of pity for his wife, and he wants to get Jeannie and the baby out of that neighborhood. She consoles him and does her best to make him feel better. As they finalize the deal, the Joker agrees to the deal with a handshake and tells him how he already owns the place. Then we find out that he used Joker toxin on him. As Batman is at the Batcave trying to track down the whereabouts of the Joker, Alfred comes down. Batman can't figure out the Joker and wonders how two people can hate each other without even knowing who each other are. Commissioner Gordon is at his daughter, Barbara Gordon's apartment, working on his scrapbook, and they are talking about the Joker's escape and how the stories of the Joker would give Barbara nightmares. Then they get a knock at the door. When she opens the door, there the Joker stands with a gun. He shoots Barbara in the spine as she falls, breaking the coffee table. Gordon rushes to Barbara as the Joker jokes about her being a librarian, and the spine appears to be damaged. Then the Joker has the Commissioner kidnapped, and the Joker begins undressing Barbara and taking pictures. The Joker has another flashback where he is meeting with two mobsters about a job where he leads them through the chemical factory where he used to work to the playing card factory next door. And they show him the red hood helmet he'll be wearing so no one can tell it is him. They explain to him how the helmet works and when to meet them and how rich he will be for doing the job. Batman is at the hospital with Barbara. The doctors explain how she was shot in the spine and her legs are useless. Detective Bullock tells Batman how she was found naked and the Joker must have taken pictures of her. Batman asks them to leave for a moment. Batman asks Barbara if she can hear him and that it's Bruce. She awakens frightened, telling Batman how the Joker took her dad and was out to prove a point, how her dad was the top of the bill. She wants to know what's happening to her dad. Gordon wakes in a cage, surrounded by, for a lack of a better word, midgets. They are undressing him and forcing him to follow them. As they lead him through the amusement park, Gordon feels like he's in a nightmare. And as they lead him, he asks where he's going. Then the Joker tells him, "You're going mad." Gordon begins to remember what has happened, and the Joker begins saying how memories are a dreadful thing, how one minute they are nice and the next cold and dark, and how we can live without them. There is no sanity clause, and how madness is the emergency exit, where we can step away and lock them away forever. The Joker has another flashback where him and the mobsters are talking about what will happen that night. Then two cops walk in and need to talk to him. They tell him how there was an accident with the baby bottle warmer and his wife died. He goes back inside and tells the mobsters how his wife died and he doesn't want to do the job anymore. But they won't let him back out. And unless he wants to be unhealthy, he'll meet them that night. As Gordon continues down the ghost train ride, the Joker appears and tells him that things are bad and that it's okay. Then the Joker breaks into a song and dance and sings about how when things go wrong, you can always go loony and smile instead. As the Joker continues his song, Gordon begins to see pictures of his daughter, Barbara, naked, broken, and in pain. Due to the graphic nature of some of the pictures, I have chosen to edit out the pictures from this page. This is a family-friendly channel, and we will not show nudity or the graphic images of this matter. As Gordon continues his ride, Batman is scouring the city, searching leads as to where the Joker may be. Then Batman is summoned to the police station where he is given a note with a ticket telling Batman where to meet the Joker. After Gordon's horrific ride is over, the Joker jokes about Gordon's age and how a dose of reality has that effect on people. How he doesn't touch the stuff because it gets in the way of his hallucinations. Then he has Gordon return to his cage so he can reflect on life's random injustices. The Joker has a flashback of the night he meets up with the two mobsters and puts on the Red Hood mask. He then proceeds to take the two mobsters into the chemical plant, stumbling as he goes. Then they are found out by security he didn't even know was there. As they begin to flee, a shootout occurs and the two mobsters are shot by the police. Then all of a sudden, Batman arrives and begins to chase down the Red Hood. As he gets close, the Red Hood jumps into a vat of chemicals and is washed away into the river. Then, due to the pain and the itching of his face, the Red Hood takes off his mask and immediately goes insane. Thus, the Joker is born. Then Gordon is in his cage, surrounded by a bunch of circus freaks laughing at him. The Joker jokingly taunts him how he is the average man, and the harsh world we live in today, the morals we have can cause them to snap and go insane, and any other response would be crazy. Then Batman drives up in the Batmobile. Batman recalls the meeting he had with the fake Joker, how they will eventually kill one another as Batman leaps on top of the Joker. Joker sprays acid onto Batman's shoulder and escapes into the House of Fun as Batman goes and releases Gordon from the cage. He then begins to console his friend, his ally. Gordon tells Batman of the horrific events. Batman covers him up, but then Gordon tells Batman to get the Joker. To get the Joker by the book, to show him that their way works. As Batman goes into the funhouse, the Joker over the intercom tells him how, even if Batman catches him, he proved his point. Gordon is driven mad, and all it takes is one bad day for even the sanest man to end up like the Joker. He says how he knows even Batman had a bad day, and that all his struggling against it makes him want to puke. The Joker asks Batman what his bad day was. He admits that he had one too, and he can't recall what it was. He remembers it one way, and sometimes another way. If he's gonna have a past, he prefers it be multiple choice. He admits that he went crazy. The Joker just wants Batman to admit it. He continues about how close we have came to World War III over a flock of geese on a radar, and how World War II was caused over how many telegraph poles Germany owed to its war debts, and how everything we have ever loved and cared about is a joke. He wants to know why Batman isn't laughing. Then Batman busts through a mirror at the Joker and tells him he's heard it before and it wasn't funny the first time, and throws him through a mirror. Batman tells the Joker how he spoke to Gordon and he's fine. Despite everything he did, he is as sane as he ever was, and maybe it was just the Joker all the time. Then the Joker gouges and pulls down Batman's cowl and bashes him in the head with a board. The Joker then takes his knife out and tries to stab Batman. Batman then stops him, punches him in the gut, and then outside. Then the Joker pulls out his gun and fires, realizing it is one of his trick guns. Then wonders why Batman doesn't kick the crap out of him for shooting a defenseless girl and terrorizing an old man. Then Batman says he's doing this one by the book, and that he doesn't want to. Batman explains how he doesn't want to hurt him, and they will end up killing each other. They are out of other alternatives, and they both know it. That tonight might be their last chance to stop this suicide course they are on that leads to death. He doesn't know what bent the Joker out of shape, but he's willing to help him. That the Joker doesn't have to be alone anymore. The Joker says he's sorry, but he can't, and this reminds him of a joke.
See, there were these two guys in a lunatic asylum, and one night they decide they don't like living in the asylum anymore. So, like, they get onto the roof, and there, just across the narrow gap, they see the rooftops of the town stretching away into the moonlight, stretching away to freedom. Now, the first guy, he jumps across with no problem. But his friend dare not make the leap. You see, he's afraid of falling. And then the first guy has an idea. He says, "Hey, I have my flashlight with me. I'll shine it across the gap between the buildings. You can walk across the beam and join me." But the second guy just shakes his head. He says, what do you think I am, crazy? You'd turn it off when I was halfway across.
Excuse me. This is one of my favorite comics of all time. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed telling it to you. And as always, please hit the like button. And if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot more family-friendly episodes soon to come. And as always, please support the artists, writers, and your local comic book shop. Thanks for watching.